All that's left is gold.
Hey everyone, welcome to another entry of Destinasi GP, the official vlog series of PETRONAS Sepang Racing Team with me, Thoriq. And as mentioned last week, we are still in Qatar, we're still in the desert, and we got a do-over last weekend for another round of racing at the Losail International Circuit for the Doha GP. And as you might guess, a lot of things went down. Here's how the weekend went. It's a slight case of deja vu as the Doha GP weekend kicked off at the same venue just days after last week's Qatar GP wrapped. Unchanged as usual are the pre-race press duties that beckoned for almost all our riders on Thursday, as well as the team's customary team talk sessions led by Dato Razali, our team principal. This week also saw another round of photography. This time, it was lights, camera and smiles for our Moto3 and Moto2 squads under the desert sun. Apart from that, much of the day saw the riders and crew making final preparations for the next 3 days. More photography took place on Friday in between practice runs. This time it was for our Partners With You and it featured riders from both our team and the Sky VR46 squad as well. As both Friday sessions concluded, the day belonged to our Moto3 squad for sure. Both Darryn Binder and McPhee ended the day by topping the timesheets in 1st and 4th respectively. Things proved difficult once again for our Moto2 squad. Dixon could only classify 18th while teammate Xavi Veje placed slightly higher in 15th. Over to our MotoGP squad, and Friday didn't start off too badly for both Valentino Rossi and his Padawan Franco Morbidelli. By day's end, it was Frankie who stood the better of both as he ended the day 7th in the standings. By the way, here's a quick look at the kits supplied by our technical partner RCB. For starters, here are the handlebar grips, levers and lever guards that are brimmed on our Moto3 race machines. Apart from that, the renowned Malaysian motorcycle aftermarket specialist also supplies the team with an assortment of bike stands, tool trays, plus various other bits frequently used by our Moto3 and Moto2 crews. As Saturday dawned, all focus shifted towards the day's core qualifying events, but before that, the team celebrated Malaysian AC Talent Cup rider Daniel Sharil and his triumphant return to the podium. This was well deserved following his 1-year recovery from injury. Despite their top form throughout the weekend's practice, Darryn and John managed just 6 and 7 respectively following a tricky qualifying session, but all hope isn't lost for Sunday's race just yet. Our Moto2 squad had a much longer day with both Jake and Xavi pushing hard through free practice 3 and qualifying 1 and 2. While Xavi's struggle continued, Jake's fortunes turned for the better on Saturday as he managed to elevate himself into qualifying 2 and secured his 5th place start on the grid for Sunday. Next up, our MotoGP squad also had a full Saturday on their hands as the Doctor faced the challenges of pre-practices 3 and 4 plus qualifying 1. But by day's end, it was Frankie who led the charge for the squad as he qualified strongly in 10th. His master, Rossi, on the other hand, was left searching for more answers. By the way, here's a quick catch up with our Moto2 rider Jake Dixon.
Number one is that I'm a vegan, and the benefits
or why we went vegan in the first place was because my wife, Sarah, had breast cancer. So we did it for benefit reasons, so it could take inflammation out of her body, and we could live a healthier lifestyle with doing and being plant-based. So that was the reason for that. Number two is the fact that I have a little dog, Larry, that is a little legend, and yeah, he's as crazy as what I am, and yeah, I miss him a lot. Number three is that I like to race a lot of sim racing. Yeah, one note, don't get into sim racing, it's too expensive. First of all, we'll start with this red light machine. It's called Red Light Rising. It's really good for recovery, and especially with what I've been going through throughout the winter with my recovery, with my wrist. It's been really great, and there's a lot of benefits, not just for your wrist and healing, but many other benefits. It helps brain function, it helps anti-aging if you are into, obviously, not aging. As you can see, my skin's looking quite good because I use it a lot. But I use it in the morning and night, only for about 15 minutes at a time. And yeah, I found it's really helping my aiding my recovery. Yeah, so Game Ready is a icing and compression machine. It aids recovery. For me, obviously, I need it for my wrist, so I use this throughout the day to try and aid my swelling. Because obviously with riding the bike, my wrist gets really big and swollen, so after a session and after the day, I use this a lot to try to help that. So.
As Sunday came, the first celebration began after Malaysian Asia Talent Cup riders Daniel Sharil and Hakim Danish achieved a double podium finish. This marked another high for the team's talent development efforts, and we'll hopefully see either in the World Championship soon. Moving on, and here's how our Moto3 day ended. Though John was unfortunately knocked out again, there was little in the way to celebrate Darryn's second podium finish with the team.
So, you've upgraded from bronze to silver?
All that's left is gold.
In Moto2, Jake Dixon was also unfortunately knocked out, but the squad took in a positive note still with Xavi Vierge's strong 9th place finish. Lastly, in MotoGP, the struggle for pace was inevitable as Rossi missed out on scoring points. Frankie, on the other hand, did score a handful of points by finishing 12th.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, our time in the desert is done and dusted. We are now going to make our way back to Europe, and we'll kick things off in Portimao, Portugal for round 3 of the championship. Watch out for our next entry where I'll give you an insight of what life is like working in the World Championship in a European setting. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in our next entry.